There we go. With my nano butt. Good Barney. Hope people are watching. Need to get more holes. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Talking all this nonsense. You're not anymore. Okay, one person's watching, but I'm not even ready yet because I gotta put every new toys that I got this year in the fucking little can, or not can, I don't know what else this how to call it, but yeah. Talking all this nonsense, you're not gonna need them anymore. So play, time to play. So play, time to play. Shut up, stupid ad. I'm not a lady. Just be alone, baby. There we go. Now just get every single toy I got. This bucket. Here's that thing. Here's that thing. I don't think I reviewed this one. Yeah, this thing, Ghost. Oh, E. Hello.
Hello.
Shit. There you go. Anyways, I'm just getting some of the toys that I just got recently because this is also a toy review that I'm doing with this as well for the stream. And I'm almost ready. I'm just getting almost like packing some of the stuff on there.
Alright.
Anyways, I'm not gonna review the small ones. Those are gonna be for another time.
Okay.
And I'm about to reveal in 3, 2, 1, boom.
Nice.
So anyways, so I don't know nobody's even watching the stream, but anyway, this is just an entire tour review for, and yes, it's also like a birthday special. There was originally going to be an animation meme, but unfortunately I couldn't make it on time, so yeah, I figured this would be best. And also this is going to be the last tour review stream before I actually like fully record instead of live streaming. Yeah, so you just joined in the finale for the live stream tour review.
Oh.
So congrats. Actually, you earned another fan art for joining this because nobody else have joined the stream, so you earned one.
Yay.
Anyways, this is starting off with a pterosaur. And the pterosaur is not much for this thing. It's just a weird looking giant ass pterosaurs. Most likely I find it a stupid name because I think they're supposed to replicate, 9/11 and just make these beasts scary. So yeah. Very creative for a name like that. That's deadly. Everything on this body looks fine and everything, and I think there's a string that holds it in. A weird type of scanner for this thing to like scan them so you can put them in an app, a Jurassic app. Nothing much to this piece. There's like articulation on the wings from a button and mouth movement for a button on the bottom. So yeah. There is an original name that starts with a Q, but I just call it like what I just said earlier. Pterosaurs. So, yep, that's done. Next one, I think the Suchomimus. I think I really don't know or don't care because I'm tired, and this day is almost become the end of my birthday, so I'm just gonna make this thing quick. So nothing.
Right.
Huh?
Oh, I just said alright.
Alright. So nothing much about this weird-looking other dinosaur that's part of the Spinosaurus family. Now, nothing seems wrong with it, but it does look good. But the only thing that bothers me is the mouth because it just looks like some type of canine. One of those deadly canines that has their bottom teeth out, like showing that they're just dumb and everything, even though they're deadly.
Oh, those.
Yeah, but it would be kind of better if it had one of the snouts like the Spinosaurus right here, which is a big boy. And the last, and actually, to let you know, or let you guys know, or someone who joined the stream, which is you, Miaxi, or I don't know how to pronounce the name.
Yeah, it's Miaxi.
Miaxi. The last final stream is an action figure from a very expensive company that actually makes their action figures good. Anyways, back to the review on this beast. As a Spinosaurus right here, it has a snout, like teeth right here, causing it to be dope and everything. I really one squeaky motherfucker. Well, this one right here just looks, I don't know how to say it. The eyes don't have colored pupils, and I like this beast, but the only thing that stands out from it is just the mouth of the tip of the snout. So the rating for this one, I give it a 7.5 out of 10. So next up, I keep forgetting some of the names, so I'm gonna just call them what they look like. So, like, for this one example, a miniature Kentrosaurus. Now, this little herbivore doesn't look that bad or anything. It does look good, though, especially with one of the other beasts, which I think is in this box. Oh, shoot. I left it in the box, in my big, giant toy box. Shoot. There it is. Crap. I wasn't fully ready. Ah, crap. Well, never mind. I'll find it out before the action figure. So this small-ass Kentrosaurus looks kind of perfect, and to show what an actual Kentrosaurus looks like... Oh, never mind. I found the other toy. So what the actual Kentrosaurus looks like is this big boy right here. And here it is with its dwarf version. And the Kentrosaurus is kind of big, but not too big when Mattel made their own Stegosaurus. So yeah, the miniature Kentrosaurus, which I don't know, I keep forgetting the name. I give this beast a 6.9%. So yeah. So I like to call this guy a weird-looking Crocosaurus or something like that because the characteristics of this thing, even though the detail in this thing looks more like a crocodile than any dinosaur. Oh.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah. So the articulation is nice. Elbow joint right here, including the other one. Does have leg rotation that could go on a 360. Well, if it can, if the arm wasn't in the way, but man. There we go, full 360. Including with the arm as well. The arm has a 360. And a articulated jaw that most likely, well, all toys of Playmates are supposed to reach where the pink of the mouth is. But sometimes if you push it all the way, it just looks like it's just, looks like it's asking for a doctor. Yeah.
Damn.
This dinosaur I really like because, well, again, a crocodilian form with it. And works best for this Kong right here if it were big enough. But no, they're not bigger, so... Or the same size for that matter. So, this dinosaur or beast or whatever the fuck it is, I give this a 9 out of 10. Next up, a really big boy that is the same size as the T-Rex. Shoot, where is Rexy? I'm not know where Rexy is. Oh, there's Rexy. Yeah. Rexy right here, which is another big girl. But
Rexy.
yeah. I originally did had a giant ass Rexy, but my mom told me to throw it away, and she threw it outside, and the neighbors got it and kept it. Unfortunately, that T-Rex lasted for 6 weeks, and now it's gone forever.
Damn.
So, anyways, back to this beast right here. This Allosaurus does come with something with it, but I just said, you know what? It doesn't need it. So, right here, if you look right here, there's a weird-looking little thing right here. But it's supposed to lift up because once the button's pushed, the ribs and showing the intestines show out. But I crazy glued it for a reason because I didn't like it at all. But like with this Allosaurus that I mentioned with the smaller Allosaurus, which I reviewed that in a different video, this Allosaurus is most likely has the same articulated legs that can make a 360, sorta. But yeah, now it did. Including with the arms, full 60, and movable shoulders. Open jaw mouth, which is, fun fact, this is the bigger version of the other Allosaurus that came out before the new one came, which is the Grand Rock one. But this one's a bigger one, so yeah, it looks good. So I give this Allosaurus a 8 out of 10. Next up, the new Triceratops, because the other one accidentally, unfortunately, broke. So this Triceratops is most likely a roaring one, but I took away the batteries because it kept bothering me every single night, and I kept freaking out. Okay, but yeah, this dinosaur has some other things that cause it to move differently. The legs down here cause it the head to look up.
Hmm.
But another thing about this beast, or most likely herbivore, is that the other one I had a weird looking articulated head because of the tail, so you could just move the head around like if it's like looking around like left and right. But this one is kind of different. And like with some of the other toys that I have, other than other some as well, some of them won't have a painted pupil in the eyes. So just to make things look better, here's a Spinosaurus. A basic Spinosaurus was later on, later in a few days, I'm gonna get two more of a Giganotosaurus and Tyrannosaurus. You see, there's a red pupil right there, even though it's originally supposed to be black. The reason why it's red because of the outer red layer. And this also concludes with the other dinosaurs that have that situation. And if it's there's no color in the way, it takes over by the entire color. That's most likely the base color. But anyways, for this dinosaur, I give it a 6 out of 10. Even though like Mattel made every single same dinosaur everything the same. So yeah. Next up is the shittiest Jurassic toy that I got, and I got this from Frankenstein's, which is a good place if you live in California. But this is the Hasbro Spinosaurus, and to let you know, when Hasbro made their Jurassic toys, oh boy, what full of disgusting,
Good lord.
ugly shit. For comparison's sakes, fucking Mattel, they did their dinosaurs right. They did everything right. The details are amazing. But what Hasbro did, nah, burn in hell. Speaking of which,
Good
that little,
lord.
little gap right here, it had another tooth, but it got me upset because it looked too stupid on it, like a buck tooth, like beaver. But there are some good things with some Hasbro's, but still makes it terrible. One is the fingers, which makes it look awesome. And sometimes, if it's like this dinosaur right here, the feet makes it look really detailed, other than Mattel. But yeah, I give this figure a 3 out of 10 because one, it just looks ugly. So yeah. Next up is a Atrociraptor known as a ghost. Now, I already did a review on the other Atrociraptor, which was red after blue, and then the Pyro. But this dinosaur looks. But I already did articulations and details of this beast and had a few problems with it. But most likely, the colors and everything on this beast looks really nice. But yeah, but I already did a review on the Indoraptor, but I changed the head of the Indoraptor, so that the head of the Indoraptor looks more like film-like to it. And like with some of the other Mattel figures that I forgot to show them, some of them again have a scanner piece on it that makes you scan it, and yes, for a different app. So Ghost the Atrociraptor, I say the exact same percent with Red the Atrociraptor. Excuse me. I give this rating a 5 out of 10. Next up is another Triceratops, but not fully called Triceratops. Gotta hit the hiccups or like having some stuff like this. Now, this type of Triceratops, I really do like it. And I don't see anything wrong with it, but I'm just gonna give the percent right away I'm gonna give it after I review this. So, it looks more like a Triceratops, but without the snout of the horn. The horns of this thing look really nice. The crest looks nice as well, but it would be better if they made this like a miniature one of a Triceratops, but they actually did, but I never got it. Damn it. The articulation on this thing have a 360 but sometimes you need to get it at a right position to make it. The head also has articulation, but except for others, again, with the Allosaurus earlier, has no articulation. Only the mouth does. But for this beast, it looks really nice. And again, with the other things, they have no painted pupils, but it does trick you. And I really like this toy against with a Carnotaurus like this one right here, because it makes it better. So this rating of this dinosaur, I give it a 9 out of 10. Oh. Next up is the Megaraptor. Now the Megaraptor hasn't been in any films, but one of a series got the inspiration from a Megaraptor, which was called the Night Feeder in Primal Genitory, or whatever the hell it is. You tired, aren't you?
Yeah, it's like 11:25 p.m. over here, but I'm gonna stay until the end.
Okay, well over here it's like 9:25. Now the Megaraptor is good, but has its problems as well. And first of all, there are a few that bother me with this beast, but not because of the detail, but how it feels and is. Now the Megaraptor, which has nothing related to a raptor because it doesn't have a foot claw, to a similar raptor, which is, I'm just going to use the Atrociraptor because that does have a raptor at the end of the name. The Atrociraptor has a hook claw, or any raptor for that matter, has a foot claw on each foot. But for Megaraptor, has a long hook similar to a Spinosaurus, like I have, but I'm not going to show it now. The Megaraptor does have articulation, which is leg rotation that can make it 360, but unfortunately can't because one of the tail. It does, but you had to force it to. But I don't want to risk breaking this. The tail, you just gotta pop it in here, and the arms are the same as well. But the color, for instance, sometimes Mattel never colors like any of the foot claws or anything. They sometimes do, but with other toys, like bigger toys, like the giant T-Rex or like the giant toys, but they never do it with the small toys. But this beast right here got like most likely cool prehistoric things on it, like the mouth, which is kind of nice, and the opposable abilities, or I don't know how to say it, but the mechanics or something like that. You do it the same with the Triceratops. You gotta push it down, and boom. And this beast also does have a roaring thing to it, but I didn't like it because it sounded bad, so I just said, you know what, no battery, no voices for you. And this beast looks really nice, and it worked good for Kong right here, because, they're both, like, slim and agile. Now, I'm just going to start off with two ones, which is the 5-inch basic Tyrannosaurus and Indominus Rex. Which, one thing, I'm just going to focus on one because they're both the same, but yet they have different appearance. So let's just do with the Indominus Rex. Now, with the T-Rex, the Giganotosaurus, and most likely 5-inch base dinosaurs, including, 12-inch, those articulation have to do with the arms, which can have like full 360. Funny story, my brother came to my room and stole all of my toy dinosaurs, and I didn't know. Oh, wow.
I didn't even know for 6 years until today.
Big.
Anyways, I got them back.
Good for you. Anyways, as I was saying, the beast looks nice, and this is actually a fictional dinosaur. In fact, this beast isn't actually in the real world. Why? Because it's a hybrid. So the Indominus Rex has articulation like full 60, 360 on the tail. And yeah, there is no jaw articulation with this thing. It's just the entire mold. Same with the Kong. Kong has no articulation on the mouth. Same with the Gigan, and any other herbivores except for one actually, and including this thing right here. Looks like this is a Spinosaurus. Anyways, back to review. Now I am going to bring out these two together, which the details on the Indominus Rex makes it look really nice. It makes it look like good. Be right back. Boom. Oh, okay. While you're doing that, I'm just gonna go get King Kong from the other box. And actually, I'll do. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, this review can still go on, but I'm gonna just save this beast for last. So on to review, even though nobody's watching, but I am gonna invite the ladies, the other user soon, if she comes back. So with the details on these two, the Indominus Rex has more things on the film, like the quills, the weird Allosaurus crust-like head, and the fingers, in fact, which are nice. Put that in the box over there because I don't want to lose it in there. And for the T-Rex, they do everything nice with it as well. I have to tell the other user when they come back, I'm just going to tell them, hey, you got to watch the entire review. So with the Tyrannosaurus, I had issues with the painting because on the snout, it was completely black or covered in brown, which was this stuff right here. So I cleaned it off and yep, looks better. The jaw right here is kind of losing paint and stuff like that, but for some reason, you could hear it sounds like glass or something like that, which means it's really hollow. So on with you over there. Next up is a weird King Kong-like thing. And oh boy, I wish the other user was still here because she would laugh how big of a dump truck this is. Wow. Anyways, I had to crazy glue it a lot because this guy was falling apart for some reason. But there's articulation, full articulation around the hands. Well, I can't do it exactly because I can't, break the clearance glue off. Well, this one I can because it's at a weird position. The legs can have articulation as well, but they sort of don't stop. The head also has it as well. And the face, well, once I got it from Frankensons, it looked kind of creepy, so I had to clean it off a bit. But this beast, I give it a 7.1 out of 10. Shoot. Oh well. Yeah, I'm gonna bring this guy. Actually, let's do a first Lego review from this beast. This is the Lego Giganotosaurus, and oh boy, it looks nice. Which, fun fact, this beast is actually bigger than the Lego Indominus Rex and T-Rex. So yeah, they actually gave the name Giganotosaurus, aka Gigantosaurus, on this thing. Excuse me. So with this beast, the entire invite at the stream. Hello. Well,
Hello.
I reviewed 3 of them and one of them you would have laughed because the King Kong one had a big dump truck. And you know what I mean by the dump
Wait, I want to see the King Kong one.
truck.
Which one?
Booty. Booty. Big dumb.
Wait, why did they put so much detail into it? That's my
Oh.
question.
No, they ain't. Actually, I don't know about that. I think that's a knockoff one, but I just got it because of the Giganotosaurus at the time. Speaking of Giganotosaurus, the Lego Giganotosaurus, which you haven't heard earlier, is in fact this Lego one right here is bigger than the T-Rex and Indominus Rex Lego. So which means this is the biggest Lego dinosaur in the in the Lego series of Jurassic World. And no, the knockoff ones don't count because they're not actually from Lego. But this beast right here has a new mold to it, which is a new Lego piece, as what people say. Which means this beast, in fact, there's never any body with this at all. So, yeah. I gotta place this gently in the Lego box full of Lego Jurassic. Oh, and speaking of Lego, I have myself a knockoff version of a Lego Godzilla. And not gonna lie, the ripoffs of Lego did an amazing job that Lego wouldn't do because Legos don't have they don't have the license for Godzilla. So even the makers can't even make them as well. So the ripoffs ones just can get away with it. There are other molds for this one, which one is like transparent. I don't know how to say it, but you can see through it, which is a thermal Godzilla. The other one is a weird old Godzilla. The second one is a legendary Godzilla with a beam ray readying up, and the last one is a Shin Godzilla one, which is the exact same molds as this one, but this one is a Mecha Godzilla one. But yeah, that beast I like. So we're almost done with some of them. There's and I don't know how to get it exactly, but there is in fact 4, most likely 5 more, and one of them is like the same with the Indominus Rex. So this is a small ass Zerg. I don't have the full shit because I just gotta get away with it. So this Zerg has actually a head articulation, which is really small. Full on 360 rotation, but not for the legs, even though it can make it if it could, but it can't. Now this Zerg, it's just just nice and everything. So I just give this a weird blend of 2 out of 10 because there's nothing much exciting about it other than the big one I have. Next up is, which I wish my friend were here just to see it, a weird looking human mixed transformer from Hasbro themselves. It ain't a ripoff. So this transformer, or whatever this is, has a human head for some reason. This transformer is nice and everything. It can transform, but I'm too lazy to transform it. So yeah, it has articulation of the knee, leg. Has a weird articulation with the elbow and shoulder, like almost close to the shoulder, and an actual spinning shoulder. And with the head, you can move the head by a little thing right here, so it causes the dude to look left and right, even though it just looked right and left because this is a weird looking mirror thing, so it won't work. So yeah, I like this. I sort of like it, but I'm not so much of a Transformer fan. So yeah, so put that in the small boxes. Now there's 3 left, and which we're gonna start with these 2. The other one is most likely a cut up one that I cut to make a miniature Allosaurus out of this, but I forgot what the name was. So I'm gonna just call this miniature Allosaurus, like how I did with the miniature Kentrosaurus. Now this beast actually has something with it, which includes this one right here. It has a button to show the inside and the outside of the scales.
Oh hey, I have that toy.
Oh, wait, what?
I have that.
Oh, okay. So this weird beast, including the other one, has weird grainy like crocodilian like thing, but I forgot what this one is, so I'm just called this Crocosaurus. Another one like the other one. So this one looks really nice, but for the snout right here, I tried to clean off, but unfortunately it won't come off because I think it's like some type of peeled thing, I think. So it's impossible to get it off, even how hard I scratch it off. Now, this thing I really do like, but one thing that bothers me, including the other one, they have 4 fingers. But yeah, I really like this guy. But yeah, so for this one, I give this a 7 out of 10. And the other one, excuse me, sorry, I don't know. Yeah, I ate earlier for
That's
breakfast
alright.
birthday. So for this guy right here, I like the really jaw on this one, and the head reminds me of a weird sperm whale like thing. So when I imagine when it rams towards something, it would make it like a hard bam or something like that. But yeah, I give this one an 8 out of 10. Now on with the Dilophosaurus from Jurassic Park. Now this beast right here, or most likely weird looking thing, is in fact a half fictional one for this in the film because the original Dilophosaurus don't have a frill or spit venom. And this dinosaur does come with accessories, which is new for this one because, hang on, I think find them. Nope, I cannot find them. Yeah, I can't find them anywhere. But this is the only accessory I could find for the Dilophosaurus, which is the frill that holds it in to make it so the neck would like like sort of like open up like a lion thing. So you just stick it on here and then boom. And then and for like some stop motion people, they just add in the frill and it went on the table, but I don't care. But yeah, the articulation on this guy is amazing. There's a nice head rotation, neck rotation as well. Has arms and elbow articulation, which looks fine. But people have problem with Mattel's action figure for Hammer collection because they added Rexy with articulated wrists, but the others don't have it. But with the other ones, they have a bendy wire tail, but people can't find a wrist to it because the tail might rip off, which actually happened to a student at my school. The tail ripped off for his Godzilla.
Oh.
And the color looks really nice. So you know what? I'm gonna give this reptile a 10 out of 10. Now this is gonna be the last one before I end the review and just say goodnight. So comes up next is the SH Monster Arts 2004 Godzilla. Oh boy, I have good things with it, but some problems with it, but yet it's still nice. And it stands better with my legendary Godzilla that I have. So, anyways, let me get started with this beast right here. The painting looks nice. The articulation, oh boy, it can articulate, and I love this a lot. But the only problem with some SH Monster Arts is that it can have its tight moments. Oh, I forgot another one. Hang on. I'll continue this later. Hang on.
Alright.
This is the SOS Goji. That's what I was forgetting. And yeah, this beast, it has problems, but I could see why someone said to like request getting this because it's details. So let you know, this is a NECA figure, and this one is an SH Monster Arts, and they have their differences. So I'm gonna review them both. So with NECA figures, they never have that much amazing things to it, like sort of like adding another neck to articulate a mouth opening, and most likely bendy wired at the end of the tail for some of them. But not gonna lie, the articulation is good. But people have problems with this beast, or most likely not beast, but action figures from NECA figures, is the tight joints of the knee, and I do not want to risk breaking it. But the other one is definitely have problems. And some NECA figures do other Godzillas, which, some of them do have tough scales, but people felt glad about this one because this one's rubbery, or most likely, sort of. And for the flap right here, it doesn't make sense at all for the flap. And one thing for sure, someone had a problem with this guy because this right here is a scar from the first film of SOS Goji. So basically, what a guy reviewed it, he just said, "Oh, sorry, Cookie Girl, you were kind of late. Sorry." Uh, Cookie Girl, here's a link if you want to join the stream. So, no, hang on. So, I'm trying to. Yeah. Dang it. Yeah, but here's the link if you want to join. Anyways, as I was saying, with this action figure, it is nice, but it can have problems. Like the tail right here can pop off, and most likely it's sort of like heavier. But yeah, I give this beast a. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm just gonna give it a 7 out of 10. Now back with. I threw it and it standed. It landed on C. What a trick! Anyways, back to 2004 Godzilla Final Wars. This beast can have its problems because one thing, once articulated too much, this can happen. But fortunately, however, it's not broken. Fortunately, it ain't broken. I wish I could say that with my Mecha Godzilla, because that unfortunately broke a few tails. And to be honest, I got really upset that it broke. But back to this guy. They do have good painted detail with the eyes, but with some of them, like the Ultima Godzilla, which I unfortunately didn't get, even though the poll said get the Ultima Godzilla. The reason why I didn't want to get it because I don't want to risk breaking the tail. But for some of SH Monster Eyes, they can have good detail painted on the eyes. And let you know there ain't no, and what I mean ain't no hinge joints on SH Monster Arts. Like NECA right here, they have hinge joints, which I could like show, which is I can't fully show, but you could sort of see the hinge joint right somewhere here.
Oh.
But yeah.
I see it.
So, but for the SH Monster Arts Godzilla, they use entirely ball joints, and some people do have problems with SH Monster Arts because, like with Kong, for example, 2021, that broke unfortunately because it was too tight. But we're talking about this beast right now. So with this, I keep saying Ultima Godzilla. Let's just call this. I'm gonna say Final Wars. So Final Wars Godzilla is good and painting and everything, but the only things that has problems is that it's really loose sometimes. Loose as in, yeah, that could happen. But yeah, this Ultima Godzilla looks really nice. Beautiful and absolutely amazing. But I don't want to recommend you getting all the stuff that I got because for some of the action figures, well, and for, the NECA figures, like this one right here, they unfortunately NECA lost their license for Godzilla, so they unfortunately can't make any Godzilla action figures anymore. But SH Monster Arts can. But for this Godzilla, now let's talk about the articulations. There's articulation on the tail, which is really nice and smooth. some things can pop off. Unfortunately, it ain't a snap or anything. And for the tail, it's really nice. There is ab crunch, which I wish this thing didn't pop off. Ab crunch and neck articulation, including a mouth joint for this guy. And to let you know, again, this isn't a hinge joint. This is actually a ball joint, causing it to like do this sometimes, making it say, "Can you say that again, please?" Even though you already said it multiple times. Anyways, this Godzilla right here is really nice, detailed, and isn't tight. And for this stuff, the tail popped off. Place this in here, and there is a full 360 on the arm, but you can do it, but you got to be careful if it's too tight. There is an elbow articulation and a wrist articulation, which it can spin 360, and yeah, and it does look good. But the accessories for this thing, there isn't any accessories for this. But yeah, actually, that's all. So actually, I forgot how to pronounce it, but Max, I'm gonna call you Mixie. I think I'm just gonna call you Mixie because I think that's better. So
Maxi, but sure.
Okay, so Maxi, but Maxi, thank you for actually, like being the first person to ever join one of these tour reviews. And in fact, I'm surprised you stayed through the whole entire film. I mean, not film, the stream. But yeah, I want to say thank you, and thanks to the other people, but most likely they never joined. But I want to thank everyone that like did wish me a happy birthday and on YouTube. So yeah. The day of my birthday is almost over in a few hours, most likely in like 2 hours exactly. But yeah, that's the end of this review. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you did, Maxie.
Yay.
So, but yeah, that's all. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys. Well, there will be a hangout. There will be a hangout, but no stream. The only time you do get a stream is just playing games, but that's not a hangout. But there will be a hangout on StreamYard in the future, maybe for Christmas as well, but I don't know. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed, and see you guys, and good night. So, bye.
Good night.